Crochet friends, today this is Jen from Teal and Finch, and we are making this fun bath mat. So let me tell you about it and we'll get started. Okay, so I will tell you about this bath mat that we're making today. Just to give you a feel, the finished size is 26 inches, and I will tell you how we can make it bigger as well. So I am using this Bernat Maker big yarn. This is really fun yarn. It's really squishy. It's a really nice yarn. It's a cotton nylon blend, and it comes with about 66 yards per skein. You will need 3 skeins. So I got deep teal, ivory, and turquoise. And you can see it's a tubular yarn if you haven't worked with it before. And it's a tube, and it has like some stuffing in the inside there. So we're going to use these large, this large 15mm crochet hook, and to weave in the ends you will need a smaller hook. So I'm using the 9mm, like an 8 or a 10mm would be fine. This is the N, and that's what we're going to use to weave in our ends. So if you want to make your rug bigger, you'll need more skeins of yarn. This is what I had left over. It wasn't enough to do another round, but if you bought a couple more skeins of yarn, you could do a few more rounds and make it bigger. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so getting started with our 15mm hook and our first color. And just so you know, when we hold this hook, normally we hold a crochet hook from the flat part in the center, but this doesn't have a flat part and it's also shorter than most crochet hooks, and I think it's designed to be held from the end. I found that a lot easier when I'm working on these types of projects with the jumbo yarn. Okay, so let's start by forming a slip knot. So we're just going to make a loop and pull up with your hook, bring it up here, and we'll tighten it on the fatter part of the hook. Just make sure you're not tightening it down here, because then it will be too tight. All right, so we're going to chain 4. So yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. We'll do that 4 times. And now we're going to form a ring. So we insert our hook in this first chain right there, pull up a loop, and then just pull through. So that's a slip stitch that we just did in there. And then move your little tail over so it's out of the way. All right, so now we have this ring that we're going to work into for round 1. So we will chain 2, and that will count as 1 stitch. So that will be our first double crochet. And now we're going to do 9 double crochets into the center of this ring. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, so we'll do that again. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so we just keep double crocheting 9 times in this ring. Okay, so sometimes you can kind of pull that little tail. It'll make your hole smaller in the center. So sometimes that kind of gets loosened. Okay. Okay, so we have 9 double crochets and the chain 2. And now I'll show you what we will do at the end of each row. or each round. So at the top of this, there's 2 chains here. The top of the chain 2, we will insert the hook and slip stitch. So just pull through and pull through. Okay, so that's if you're not changing colors. If you are changing colors, here's what you do. Okay, so I'm going to add in the ivory. Let's say we want our next round to be ivory. So we'll insert our hook, lay the ivory across the hook, pull through with the ivory, and then pull through. And then we can kind of tighten this. And so now we're ready to go with the ivory yarn. Okay, so we'll chain 2. And the first thing we're going to do is find the space between the chain 2 and the first double crochet, and that's right here. So we're going to do 2 double crochets in that space. So yarn over, double crochet in that space, and then do it again. And then we're going to continue to do that between each of the double crochets. So this is an increase. So increase means just 2 stitches in the same place. So 2 double crochets between each stitch. Okay, so sometimes with this yarn we have these little things and they just come right out. So I don't think it means anything's wrong with the yarn. It's just little threads left over. Okay, so we'll have 19 stitches at the end of this round because there were 2 between each double crochet, and then we're counting the chain 2 as a stitch. So I did not cut the pink yarn when I did this because I wanted to show you that it's a lot easier if you're going to go, if you just have one row where you're doing a different color, it's really a lot easier rather than cutting to just carry it up. So I'll show you how to do that. So if I want to change back to the magenta, I am going to move this over here to the right side. So that little tail is over there out of the way. And I'm just going to insert my hook in the top of the chain 2 and then pull up the magenta, and just making sure that that is not really tight. It just should lie nice and flat there and not be pulling or stretching or anything. Just gently pull that up and then slip stitch. Okay, and we can kind of tighten that stitch at the top there. We want that to be good and tight. And then we're ready to go with magenta. Okay, so now we will chain 2. And the first step is always going to be to increase between the first 2 stitches there. Okay, so we have 3 stitches, and now we'll do 1 double crochet between the next 2 stitches, and then we increase again. Okay, so then 1 double crochet between the next 2 stitches and then increase. Okay, so just keep doing that the whole way around for this round. 1 double crochet and then increase. Okay, so I finished my round 3 where we did increase and then 1 double crochet, and we should have 28 stitches at the end of this round. And then we are going to change colors. So I probably don't have enough ivory to finish another round, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that and just leave a long tail for weaving in later. And I'm going to use this deep teal for the next round. Okay, so we will insert the hook, kind of pull that, and then we just lay it over, slip stitch with the new color. This one is a little more fiddly, but not too bad. So just pull that tight and then chain 2. All right, so now I wanted to show you when we have this little tail, one thing you can do to make weaving in ends easier is kind of lay it across, and you'll kind of hold it there with, I kind of hold it with my bottom 3 fingers there. And the first thing I'm going to do is increase between the first 2 stitches. As I do that, I'm just going to work over this tail. So as I'm working, that little tail is hidden back there, and then this is going to be one less little tail that we'll need to weave in at the end. Okay, so I increased there, I hid my little tail, I'm still holding it, and then I'm going to do 2 double crochets, so this will be our new pattern for this round. It will be increase, increase, and then 2 double crochets, and then increase. Okay, so that's probably enough for my little tail. It's gone under all those stitches, so we'll be able to just cut that at the end, and I'll just slit it, hang out there until the end. Okay, so do 2 double crochets, increase the whole way around. Okay, so I just finished that round where I have now 37 stitches because I did increase, 2 double crochet, increase, 2 double crochet, and now I'm ready for the next round. So I still have my pink from before, so I just moved the teal to the right and pulled up the pink and insert my hook, grab the pink, and we're ready to go. Pull that tight. Okay, so again, you'll see the first thing we're going to do is increase, and then we're going to do 3 double crochet. So the pattern is increase and then a certain number of double crochet. So in this row we did 1, in the next row we did 2, this row we'll do 3, and we're just keep on working between the stitches. Okay, so I did 3 double crochet, and now I'm back to increase. And then 3 double crochet. Okay, so that is the pattern. That's pretty much it for the rug. So the next round, it will be increase and then 4 double crochet and then increase. And then the round after that will be increase and then 5 double crochet. And you'll just keep going like that. So that's pretty much it. I wanted to show you how to weave in the ends. So let's do that next. Okay, so hopefully we can hide as many ends as we can, either by holding them under like we did with that teal. So here was that teal one that we held under. So when we see those, we can just cut those. And then, you know, some of them we just pulled up from a previous round, and so that's great. So those are just there. We don't have to do anything with those. For these ones, we're going to use a smaller hook and just do a little bit of weaving. So go under and pull through, and just maybe under, I would do that for 3 or 4 inches, just since this yarn is thicker and it's going to go on a rug, so it just might get moved around a lot, but that's pretty good. You can even leave it, if you don't, it's just the back of the rug, so this way we really make sure that ends aren't going to pop through. You could leave like a little tail like that if you want. That might reduce them popping through the other side, because that can tend to happen. Or not, or you could just weave that in. Anyway, okay, so just go around, and all these little guys, you just pull them through for maybe 4 inches or so, and then you will be all done. All right, I hope you enjoyed this pattern, and let me know how it goes.